Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. As always, I am DemonFire93, and last time we were thoroughly convinced that it was Byakuya who killed Chihiro, but we have had some evidence come up that makes it seem like maybe it wasn't him, but also we found out that Chihiro is a guy and not really a girl, but we're trying to figure out who actually did it. I'm at a loss, so let's just continue here.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
I don't know about that.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Byakuya, why? Why would you be the... Like, you made it look like it was you so hard. Like, why would you mess with the investigation that much?
I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Okay, that makes it sound like it was you, Hero.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Exactly.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
Right, Monokuma?
That's very true.
You're not gonna give us a time limit, are you?
Lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Fuck off, Byakuya. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. Which leaves Hifumi, and Taka, and Mondo, and Makoto, and Byakuya. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Right?
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yes, Celeste did.
All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
Nobody.
The killer.
Bang.
And only the
There we
killer.
go.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
I love that movie.
No! Not game over!
Alright. Now that we've let them run through everything. No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that. Yeah.
Isn't there a
Stop holding
single
my hand on
clue
that. I just
might
wanted
lead
to
us who
fucking
did it?
let the dialogue go through. You don't need to give me the
Clues
hints
are one thing.
like I'm an idiot.
Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Oh, that was
it's
close.
all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, that's a lie.
No, that's wrong!
No, it's not a lie. It's wrong. Celeste, would you like to inform us
I
of...
believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
He was going into the...
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about
Right, because you only told
this.
us.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
Yes.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Very clever. I see what Celeste did here. If you remember from when we found the track bag, I made a note of what she was saying, and she gave us the color. But here, she is not, so she's gonna let the culprit out themselves, maybe?
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Clearly got thrown in the incinerator.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
So who was on garbage duty? Was it you again, Hifumi?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Clever.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But who would he work out with?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because if he would have accepted your offer, he would have been outed as a guy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
So who was he friends with? On the guy's side. Oh wait, was it me? Because I was friends with Chihiro.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
We do?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do?
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
God damn it, Kyoko.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Okay.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Alright, here we go. Here's where we're gonna turn it on the killer.
Are you sure about that?
Right?
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
There's the dumbbell.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say.
Let's talk it out
but
then.
Fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
Don't say the color.
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Uh-huh.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Maybe Chihiro wanted to match his jacket to his friends.
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Okay. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Celeste's account. That doesn't seem right.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Sure.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh man,
My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
Mondo!
This exercising sucks.
Really?
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out
it just
who
revealed the
culprit is?
murderer.
No way. Not a chance.
Dude.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Yep. God damn it. She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Damn it!
He was on his
Mondo!
way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit?
I knew we were gonna
did?
find it that way, but
What do you
I did
mean,
not
the
think it was gonna be
specific
Mondo. Fucking hell!
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Yep.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
What? The hell are you talking about? Just shut up, you little bitch. Okay.
Shoot!
Must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Yeah, we
First
found
of all,
it.
we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific
Did we actually use
tracksuit that
Celeste's
he did?
account? Let's find out.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I really wish there was a way to fast forward this.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
I guess we do use
No,
Celeste's account.
it's wrong.
Okay.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Oh man, Mondo.
What'd I say?
You said blue tracksuit.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Wait, that makes sense. Because he also called him dude when we were doing the I thought it was a little odd, but I didn't say anything about it really. When we were doing the investigation, he's like, yeah, the guy, the dude really had a thing for making it getting stronger. It's like, wait, what? You called her a dude?
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
It was blue.
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Only you, Makoto.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because he's the killer.
Because I'm
sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Oh man, Mondo.
And the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry?
That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Yeah? What was that?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
It was in a duffel bag. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Mondo!
But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand.
Yeah.
It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
Kyoko is a fucking mastermind herself.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Exactly.
That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However,
What is she the ultimate of? Ultimate interrogator?
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Really?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Yep.
And after he was killed, You happened to refer to him as Dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Ultimate witch, there you
No,
go.
I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
What are you doing, Hifumi?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
What?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Yes!
Really?
What was it?
What kind of evidence?
Please, Hifumi.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
It will.
Jeez,
Let
does
us
your
know what it
confidence
is.
Just get up and walk away? It's fine, man.
It
Just
will
tell
be
us.
the linchpin in this whole thing, I'm sure.
You really insist, then...
Tell us what it is, you bastard.
Here it is.
It's Chihiro's handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Where did you find it? You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
So then where was
I
it?
was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Just like Leon's.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Okay.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
This is the second handbook we've broken.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
What's the failsafe?
This one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
What's the thing that
For
breaks
all
it?
your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
2 handbooks broken?
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
I didn't before, but I am now.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point, by hacking it, by exploiting a bug.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that?
Barely.
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
So then somehow Mondo found it and then...
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession...
Wait
Then we can only assume that
second.
someone's figured out its weakness.
I think I've got it.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Think back to what Mondo has been doing. Or one of the things that Mondo did. It's a very odd thing that we had happen.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
It's...
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
I'm gonna call it right now. It's heat. Extreme heat. I'm assuming here that Mondo doesn't actually have his own handbook and that he has Leon's. And that he broke his when he and Taka went in the sauna. He broke his and then he took Leon's to be his, and then he threw Chihiro's in the sauna as well.
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried.
So it's a good thing we humans sweat.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Right.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Well, you learned 2 new facts today, one of which is that about the sauna, and the other is that about the e-handbook being destroyed in the sauna.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Who cares? Get back to the fucking trial!
If you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
And he
But
would
how'd
only
they
know
find
that.
out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Yes, by taking their own
What do you
e-handbook in
mean
there.
by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yeah.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I do. Mondo went in fully
I
clothed.
might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Yeah, Taka knows too. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... Mondo Kuwata.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because he did it, man.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
And inside of that uniform was
But
his
little
handbook.
did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Am I gonna have to have a ending thing with Taka? I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make your argument. Broken e-handbook, card reader, Chihiro's e-handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm not sure about this one. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. I can just prove it. And that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be Leon's, yeah.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
then what
then
Makoto
that
said.
proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Damn it!
See? Look! Makoto
Is there-
was wrong
is
after
there a
all!
fast forward button?
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm I'm about to use the slowdown function. Yeah.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
No, that's wrong.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Because I think it might be Leon's.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
We can't tell whose it is.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
So that he could access the...
I think he took Leon's handbook
gym
and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Yeah?
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Clever.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Correct.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning?
Oh my
out
god,
your
we've been over
handbook
this a million
is
times! It's not about loaning, it's about fucking borrowing somebody else's who's already dead. For fuck's sake, get that through your goddamn heads.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
They're a corpse!
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
It makes things more annoying.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Yes, we've already established that.
Mondo,
congratulations.
If I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
I don't think he will, though.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Right?
But...
Mondo.
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
I don't think I am.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
We'll do that next time, guys.
That way, everything will become clear.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
And we'll see you guys next time.